Hey everyone, and welcome back to my kingdom. Hold on, this isn't my kingdom. Where are we? Well, there's a flag. Um, hmm. This this looks like a castle. And a kingdom, and that looks like voice chat. um, so I think I should do some proper introductions. Welcome to Edoras, the capital city of Rohan in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, by Peter Jackson. Recreated in Minecraft. Um, so I mentioned in the last video I wanted to go tour some other kingdoms and try to um ooh and try to get some inspiration from a build. Um, so we're starting off here at Edoras, the capital city of Rohan, in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Mainly because of this stone platform. Um, but if you don't know what Lord of the Rings is or whatnot, I do highly recommend you go find out more information about it. Um, because it is a really good series and a really good trilogy. Um, First of all, I have to give credit to all the people who have worked on not only the Edoras, but the rest of the server that I'm on. It's MC Middle Earth. I will try to remember to leave a link to their page down in the description if you guys want to come check it out. Um, from my limited viewings of the server, um, it's a pretty cool server. Um, I'm I'm not that big of a fan of Lord of the Rings as I should be. I mean I've definitely watched it a couple of times. I have yet to actually watch the extended editions. I have them. I've yet to watch them. Um, but I definitely will be watching them here eventually soon. Um, because there is so much more stuff I have yet to learn about the Lord of the Rings. But mainly we're going to be primarily focusing on Rohan for my kingdom. Mainly, once again, Edoras and Helm's Deep. Which, spoilers, by the way, you will learn a whole bunch about this. But I'm going to take a whole bunch of pictures of some of these very unique building techniques. So I want to thank you guys all so much for this very unique opportunity, and kind of tour it. Um, to kind of tour it and making this all public. Um, I mean, this is awesome. Um, yeah, this is just amazing. Um, yeah, uh, yeah. There's a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, this is where King Theoden, uh, made his, final stand. Hoping I can find a torch or something. So I can kind of light up my way. Because it is a little dark in here, unfortunately. If I had my full bright, I would be using that, but yeah. It's mainly a lot of stone, unfortunately. Um, but what kind of interested me was the bedrooms, and the storage room and bedrooms and whatnot. They're behind a kind of fake facade. I think that's kind of cool. Um, but I do have a couple more kingdoms I would like to show you. So stay tuned for that. What is that? Oh, it's lapis ore. Looks like it's supposed to be some kind of window, but Going up, we have not more floors. However, we do have the banner of Rohan, flag of Rohan. There isn't an upper area, but we do have this. It's kind of like a big spiral staircase that wraps around. And actually, we can go up here into the rafters. That's cool. Didn't notice that earlier on my tour earlier. So yeah, I'm hoping to make this at least a couple videos. Now the reason, like I said, I'm trying to get inspiration for my actual kingdom, because believe it or not, I'm struggling quite a bit with the design, and people seem to have loved it. So here's the bedroom. I think this is pretty cool that it's one big room. So I might be changing some things up. Definitely going to be grabbing a couple pictures of all this. Now, of course, this is without its liberties of having custom textures and texture packs. I'm sure some of it, like the carpet's yellow. This is all basic stuff. However, some of it does have textures, like the banners and the paintings. Like, that's all custom. Torches, the walls. I mean, you can tell everything here is custom. But I mean, it's definitely an amazing thing. I mean, that they are creating here, and it has definitely given me some fresh inspiration seeing it done in a physical Minecraft setup. Of course, it is also on top of the hill, which I think is amazing. Now, of course, like I said, I've only seen the movies. However, there's the whole book series that'll tell you a whole bunch of different stuff about the movies and what compared to the movies and the setup of the whole kingdom. Like for instance, of course, most of the castle is built up on the walls are built mainly out of wood, which if anybody knows anything about wood, it's not very structural. And being an American, I know that wood's not the strongest, but I know our friends across the pond have definitely built stronger houses with brick and mortar, but wood's cheap. I'm sure you guys can get bricks cheap and whatnot, but yeah. So I'm gonna not try to spoil anything from the movies, in case you have never seen them and you want to go check them out. But yeah. Now I have mentioned prior that I did not want to really take inspiration from Gondor, the White City, and I may take a trip over to Gondor, here yet too, and explore that too. But I wanted to do at least 2 kingdoms per episode, so I mean, Rohan is one, so however, I am going to take you guys to Helm's Deep. And thanks again to the map, this warp function. Now giving it some time to load in, and with the music playing, I gotta quickly, yeah, I'm just gonna keep that off for the foreseeable future. This is Helm's Deep. This is the final stronghold of Rohan. It's got this very swooping arch bridge. But I must point out these castle walls. Yeah, they're quite big and quite imposing. Just standing there, which kind of gives me a lot less upsetting tone about having a very flat wall. Now, of course, I will add some texture. But of course, the thing with this wall is it is shifting constantly and going downhill. But it does have this kind of, I don't want to say greebling, but texture at the top to make it kind of less imposing. However, it does impose quite a bit. In certain places, when you get close to it. And it's bad enough I am already putting my castle on a hill. And sorry about no sound. It's the only way I could make it work. So I wasn't gonna get copywritten for a long period of time for having unknown music that I don't know. Like I said, I don't know Lord of the Rings as good as some people. I know it enough to have seen it. Okay, I'm kind of trapped in here now. That's kind of a faulty design. I'm trying to find the big hall that was in the movie. And I gotta be able to find it somewhere. Now, of course, this is a lot smaller of a scale. Compared to what? Those are mostly the stronghold walls. This is the wall main area. As you can see, pretty similar to Edoras, but with the kind of curved arch, which, yeah, I'm gonna grab that quick. Which I do have kind of planned to do kind of something similar to this. A nice kind of curved arch in it with these kind of pillars. Just to hopefully try to add some light. Of course, I am going to be dealing with mobs and whatnot. But we got, horse stables in here now. Voice chat. That keeps popping up. But yeah, I mean, for a simple castle, fortress, this is a fortress. This ain't a castle. This is a fortress. I mean, you got a watchtower right here at the front gate that you can kind of look out and see who enters. But then, of course, you also have the upper walls. I mean, come on. I mean, this is a castle. This is a fortress. Now, I'm going for more of a castle, but I mean, basing off what I'm seeing here, I mean, mine's going to be rather tiny. Now, I know I could probably expand my castle. But yeah, this is definitely going to be something I tinker with. Glowstone, huh? I unfortunately I can't get rid of that stuff. So it's just kind of been gathering in my inventory. I mean, I probably could drop it, to be honest. But yeah, that's just from me logging on, and since there's not really any way you can get rid of it. So yeah, here we have an upper floor with a whole bunch of storage. I mean, it's a fortress. Light just flickered. This isn't a castle, this is a fortress. Yeah. Definitely something to think about when I go back into designing my castle. And even back here, there's more to this place than meets the eye. This is the final kind of stronghold. I think this is an escape route, or where they were hiding people. Yeah. I mean, it's a cave. Probably networks worth of caves. Is that water? Yeah, that's water. And there's no night vision. Okay. Yeah, let's go check out Gondor, see if there's anything at least useful that could maybe help. So Minas Tirith. Where is Minas Tirith? It's in alphabetical. Minas Tirith. AKA the capital city of Gondor. So I wait for it to load. Yeah. We are currently right outside the gates of Minas Tirith, the White City. With the world's biggest gates. What is that? Oh, that's a furnace. Cool. Yeah. This is probably considered the city on the mountain. What I would consider the city on the mountain, but it's really more of a cliff. Yeah, this is a lot bigger place. This field was actually more open in the movies. Believe it or not, I'm spoiling it just a little bit. It was a lot more open for the movies. It was good for story applications, but for the visual and the story applications. But yeah, I mean, even here, looking at the walls, this is giving me a little bit more confidence about mine. I mean, that's a pretty big wall. I mean, mine are still a little bit big, but definitely want to bow it out towards the top, I think, instead of pulling it in like I am. I think I want to bow it out at the top. So yeah. This is the Citadel with the White Tree of Gondor. It's more story that I'm giving, not info. So yeah, this is the Citadel, or the capital. With the thrones and whatnot. Now, unlike mine, it's mostly a single throne. With a couple side thrones. However, with me, I wanted to go for one big a throne either side to show that we are more equals. And not opposites. But it's still big grand halls. And that's kind of where I was headed. And then I decided I needed to kind of tone down the size. So I'm just trying to find if there's anything here. This was something different in the book. So I'm actually kind of thinking that I want to move my bedroom actually up onto the second floor. Based on this studying, I want to move my throne room up on the second floor. Just because. Got the pyre. Oh, there's a whole kind of like citadel out the back. Okay. It's like a church. Like I said, I'm more familiar with the movies. That goes for a lot of things. I'm more familiar with the movies than the books. So, definitely probably would want to read the books eventually. But yeah, I mean, this is definitely going to have some inspiration. For my kingdom. Definitely going to help. Now don't worry. I do have a couple more places I want to check out. As soon as I figure out how to get out of here. There we go. I have a couple more places I do want to check out. On different maps. So don't worry. I definitely am not going to be cutting you short of content. Unfortunately, I'm not cutting short on content here on my own map. But I will try to remember to put the link to this server down in the description so you guys will be able to view it. Because it is an amazing map. To definitely check out if you have the opportunity to check it out. It is a very cool map. But yeah, I think there is one more I will be willing to check out here on this server, which is the House of Elrond, at Rivendell. So hopefully I can find it. Rivendell, there it is. I saw it. Now I don't see it. There it is. Rivendell. Okay, the home of the elves in the first Lord of the Rings movie. Yeah, it's playing the music. Thankfully, I turned it off. Yeah. Definitely a worthwhile tour. Might have some info that could help with some design. I mean, just looking at it as it is from here, I mean, that's pretty cool right there for like a tower or something. Oh, my arm's a little sticky. Fortunately, my arm's a little sticky. Some of my stickers are coming off my laptop. But yeah, we can head in here, maybe give it a tour, see if there's some interesting building techniques that could help with construction. I mean, of course, you're also working with, in real life, it's something called, you're working with land, the form and the land. Whereas in a story or a movie, or in, like, Minecraft here, if you're working in a super flat world, which I am, you're working with the terrain that exists. I mean, what I have in mind, I think will definitely help, and so I definitely will be trying that, because it definitely is a worthwhile, adventure. I mean, right there, that's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Right there, I probably would have continued the stone down at least into the ground. But of course, they're working this off of real life materials from a movie and from the books. So I mean, the stuff you have to kind of consider when you're doing physically versus real life. See, right here, they continued it down. But over there, they didn't. And over here, they didn't. So, I mean, it really also depends on the material. So right now, where I'm building a nice flat surface. However, when I move and object it and adjust everything, I mean, I'll definitely be changing some things up. Like over here, the tower, it's more of a bridge, but also this tower, it expands down. So when you're working with like a physical landscape and you don't want to alter it, it changes how you build. But when you are free to do whatever you want, that's where it becomes more difficult. I mean, but looking at this place, I mean, even in real life, this would still be beautiful. Yeah. Well, I don't want to leave it here, unfortunately. Definitely, I'm gonna probably come back here again eventually, but just to kind of give you some idea of where I'm getting some of the inspiration from, and there are a whole bunch of other ones I'm gonna be getting inspiration from yet. I have at least 2 more, and another one would be, of course, Hogwarts. I have another one of that. I have a world of that, but I don't really want to tour that. To get inspiration. So I'm just gonna leave this with what I got from here, and find a nice place to end it, because this place is very compact, unfortunately. But that's what happens when you're working with pre-designed something that's pre-designed. It gets compact. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And stay tuned for the next one of getting inspiration for my kingdom. But it's still my kingdom. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.